Hello, hello, FIFA Mobile community. How are we doing today? Welcome to FIFA Mobile Live. It's been a minute since we've had a show. It's great to be back on here. Show off, obviously, team of the season. All kinds of cool news for you guys. Really excited. Glad to see the chat is booming already. Good to see you all. And as you can notice, we have someone special on the show. Welcome, Tak.
Hey everyone, I'm Lucas. You can call me Tak. I am a community manager at FIFA Mobile. I focus more on Brazil. Folks from Brazil, fala Brasil. Salve pra rapaziada que tá assistindo aí. But also, you might have seen me around, like posting event guides or behind the scenes in the tweets that you see on Twitter, for example. So I've been around for a while, but I'm super glad to be here, and I'm so excited to be here next to Antwan, presenting to you team of the season. I was curious, I'm from Brazil. Where are you guys tuning in from? Give us a shout on chat.
Yeah, let's see where everybody's tuning in from. Let's see drop it in the chat. Let's see some UK, we see some India. Obviously we see some Brazilians in the chat there.
Bora Brasil!
But yeah, it's So yeah, it's great to be back on the show, guys. I know it's been like, I want to say 2 months since the last one we did for Toddy. But we've got an awesome show planned for you today with Team of the Season. Also got some extra news to go through. Before that, we have some like UCL, chat a bit about the semifinals that are happening, as well as those OVR upgrades that connect to it. So it's a good show for you guys. And I can see we've got an international crowd coming in today, which is awesome. But yeah, I think Tak, do you think we're ready to hop into it?
I am 100% ready. Let's get into it.
Awesome. So first things first is we got a little bit of housekeeping, and that's with Team of the Week. So I'm sure you've seen it all in the MOTD, the news section in game, is that Team of the Week is ending on Thursday, so tomorrow. And you should use all your Team of the Week points before then. So go use it on the resources in the event currently live. We did notice there was an issue as well with some of those player rewards in Team of the Week. The team is looking into that, but in the meantime, we'd recommend you just go take up all the resources that are available with your Team of the Week points because they do not carry over. And then secondly, the other little bit of housekeeping was the original Heroes Journey event. So not the current one that has all the 106s to 112s or 111s and different heroes with the new art. I'm talking about the older one, the one that's been around for the better part of like 9 months. So that one is ending as well tomorrow on Thursday. So make sure if you have leftover heroes points or the heroes keys that you use those on those 110 chapters or any of the other chapters you've been going through, or that you trade in your 110 old heroes in that exchange. So I'm sure you guys were all aware of that. It's in game with some messaging there. But just as a reminder, tomorrow is when they both end. And then, Tak, you had some information about POTM that you wanted to share with the community.
Absolutely, you're right. As things come to an end, also leaves space for us to, start new things again. So starting tomorrow after reset, you also see that in the Division Rival Store, you see something new and shiny called Player of the Month. And you have offers in which you can exchange your challenger tokens for Player of the Month packs. In these packs, you see folks like Saka, Griezmann, Kvaratskhelia, Guerreiro, Openda, and Simmons. They're all 108 OVR Player of the Month players, and these offers, they do cost 2,500 of your challenger tokens. So I know Team of Season is coming, but don't forget to check the new Division Rivals rewards. With that being said, how about we take a look at the Champions League RTTF upgrades?
Yeah, yesterday, I'm sure you guys have all watched the match, or at least saw the highlights. It was a 1-1 draw between Real Madrid and Manchester City. Obviously a back and forth affair. I'm curious, Tak, what were your thoughts on the game? Who stood out for you?
All right, let's start with, I gotta be honest, I am a Real Madrid fan, all right? Now even more because of Vini Jr. and Rodrigo there. But it was just a beautiful, beautiful match of football, right? Two equals facing against each other, also respect, two bangers of a goals. So as a football fan, I was just happy. How about you? What did you think?
Yeah, I thought the Vinny goal was obviously great, and then the KDB goal as well. And like you said, I thought there were some really great moments. One that I don't know if it got a lot of hype at the end was just Kyle Walker and Vinny kind of hugging it out at the end of the match, which I thought was great to see, especially after Vinny had pulled off that rainbow flick, which I know in other matches has gotten him to some disputes, but it was really nice to see the respect from both teams, and I'm excited for the second leg in Manchester. I think there's a lot left to play, and I am curious in the chat, who do you guys have? I think it's going to be tough. My vote goes to Manchester City. I think they'll be happy to come out of Madrid with a tie. What do you think?
Let's hear it from chat. My vote is Real Madrid, but that's just my heart speaking. I want to see Vini Jr. shine as he should, but it's up for grabs. It could be anyone's.
For sure.
And
we're going to pull up on screen. Yeah, there's a lot from both. I was going to say we should pull up on screen the banner here with the players from both Real Madrid and Manchester City. We did share this yesterday ahead of the match, but the connection here to FIFA Mobile is that based on who wins the tie, so all to play for in the second leg, all of these players are open to getting an extra +1 OVR upgrade. So notably, the ones people have been keeping an eye on is that Ederson going to a 111, the Rudiger going to a 111, and the Bernardo Silva going to a 110. Obviously, the others as well get a +1, but why I highlight those big three is how it'll affect the exchanges in Champions League and whether you can get an icon. So I'm curious to see what chat thinks. I'm obviously excited for the next week. And like you said, Tak, a lot of players that have to shine in that next week.
Totally agreed. Although I'm cheering for Real Madrid, my goalkeeper in my current lineup is Ederson, and I guess it's a win-win situation for me.
Absolutely. And we can't forget about the other semifinal that's going on in about 45 minutes, actually 50 minutes from now, between the two Milan teams. I think that one's going to be very tight. They obviously play each other in the league, and there will be RTTF upgrades there as well. One last thing before we move on to TOTS, which obviously is the star of the show, is that the RTTF OVR upgrades, based on these semifinal matches, will be going out the week after the second leg. So that's the week of May 22nd. We don't have a definite date yet on when those OVR upgrades go out, but it'll be that week. So you'll have the second legs next week, OVR upgrades the week after. So, Tak, without further ado, are you ready to jump into some TOTS?
I am ready. Twitch chat is ready. The entire world is ready. Let's go.
All right, you heard it. Let's head into TOTS. And I can already see people in the chat dropping the hashtag TOTS. You guys are right. It is the hashtag, but we're not there yet. We're not at giveaways yet. So chat, without further ado, let's pull up your first TOTS player banner for community TOTS. And there it is. What are you seeing, Tak? Run us through the players.
All right. I'm biased, all right? So I'm really excited to see Rodrigo and Gabriel Jesus there. Not gonna also jump through Joelinton and Danilo. They're class cards, class players, both in real life, and they're going to be class players in FIFA Mobile as well. But I gotta say that Bernardo Silva there, he definitely catches my attention as a cam substitute for my current Kaká. How about you? Any players that you're looking into bringing to your team?
I would say, like, obviously those 112s are standing out for me. I know I'm likely looking for probably a new center back. I know Nathan Ake usually has really good stats across the board on his base, so I know he's a pretty fast center back with good physicality. So I've got my eye on him, and I mean, Rodrigo has 5-star skills, 5-star weak foot usually, so he's going to be very, very meta. I think people will be looking at him. And if you look at his previous items too, they always shine bright, especially that UCL one. So a lot of Brazilian representation in this one, but it's a star-studded group.
Well, what can you do, right? Brazilians are just good at football. One thing that I wanted to add is that, guys, do not sleep on Sanchez. I think he'll be a really sick player, and should definitely test him out.
Agreed. And I know some people look at the CF and then get maybe scared of it, but the skill boost issues there aren't as severe as they once were. So if you didn't know, CF can play in a bunch of different positions without too much of the skill boost downgrade. But yeah, like Tak said, a lot of big players in here. Most of you probably knew this community lineup based on console. However, the OVRs here and the positions were what you guys are all looking for. So we got community TOTS here, and the other thing is that Premier League TOTS is launching at the same time as community TOTS. So tomorrow they both drop in FIFA Mobile. So let's queue up our Premier League Team of the Season banner. We want to reveal the players to you. Here it is up on screen. All right, let's do the same thing here, Tak. Who catches your eye, or who do you think are some hidden gems in here?
I mean, just look at this team. Just look at it. Let's first address the big white elephant in the room, Haaland. This guy's going to be insane. Power, physicality, height, and just like a keen eye for goal. He's just class, right? De Bruyne as well. Well, we all seen him performing yesterday. I can't expect anything different from a guy as him. Hidden gems, I would say, I wouldn't say Saliba is too hidden, but he's usually a very, fast center back. He's great to lead your back line there. I would keep an eye on Saka because of his pace, because of his finishing abilities, and for myself, I'll also be looking into bring Casemiro, Martinelli, and probably Guimarães into my team. Martinelli may not have a slot there, but Casemiro and Guimarães, I'm such a big fan that I won't sleep on them. How about you?
Yeah, I think the Casemiro there at 112 probably was a pleasant surprise for many, and then the Saliba as well as a 112. I know obviously Haaland and KDB being those 112s aren't going to be shocking for anyone, but if you were fans of those two in Saliba and Casemiro at the 112s, I think that'll be nice to see. We'll obviously get into the details of the Premier League chapter as well as the Premier League pass, but I know some notable players that some of you are going to be seeing would be the Mo Salah. I think at the right wing there will be exciting for many. And then that Trippier 110. I don't know if Trippier really fits the meta, and I know a lot of people are running with that 110 already, so it may not be an upgrade, but I could see these ones being exciting. Otherwise, I think Rashford, everyone's been pretty hyped up about his second half of the season, and obviously seeing that celebration on the action shot is really cool to see. So I'm pretty hyped for it. And I think the last one actually is don't sleep on Harry Kane, 111. I know he's gotten UTOTS or UTOTI items before, and those may not be as exciting here, but all in all, a very good looking squad. So Tak, you want to hit us up with the cue for our final of the Team of the Season banners? We have a third one, chat.
Exactly, we still have one surprise. Let's bring it to the screen, the Icon Team of the Season. This will be the first batch of icons that we're going to release, and you also see it later on the show, how you can claim them, but take a look at that. Antwan, thoughts here?
Yeah, I mean, these icons here, they're the stars, I think, for a lot of our core audience, is just seeing those. The 115 Maldini, I mean, just comes right up as like, whoa, we're in the 115s already. But then otherwise, looking at the 113, Xavi and Carlos Alberto, Jairzinho and Drogba, people are going to be pretty hyped about this. And another thing to note is that this is our first team of icons, so there will be future icons coming in future weeks. So if none of these guys really are interesting for you, you can always check out the future weeks, which will have reveals on going forward. But yeah, I mean, between the primes there and those three events, I'm gonna guess the Carlos Alberto for you mostly stands out, and the Jairzinho. You have that 107 World Cup item, right?
Absolutely. If I could choose, of course, I would bring Jairzinho and Carlos Alberto to my team. But besides having a full Brazil team, I would gladly open an exception to have Maldini leading my backline there. Can't say no to a guy like that.
Yeah, I think everyone would be in that same boat. I mean, one thing is that Desai at the 112, I found that version of the icon to be pretty decent in game. So interesting to see any reviews on that from the community. But let's just take a quick pause here. And I want to get chat's thoughts so far on those 3 player reveals we've done. In terms of OVRs, the players we're showing. What do you guys think? Drop in chat your thoughts so far. Are you hyped? Is this what you've been looking for? Dubs in the chat.
Seeing lots of W's in the chat, Antwan.
That is good to see. Dubs in the chat. Thank you, Kingsy King 12. I feel like it's become like something just to say, like, dubs in the chat, everybody. So yeah, those are the 3 TOTS player reveals we had for today. However, it's not a FIFA Mobile live show without going into the actual event and then showing you how it works and what you're going to expect tomorrow. So without further ado, I'm going to pull up my phone here, my trusty dev phone with the build setup. Going to make sure I don't press any random buttons here. And we're going to get the game here up on screen for all of you to see so that you're ready for tomorrow. We got it up. We got it showing. There is a lot of blue on screen right now. This is blue overload. It is very relaxing. Yeah. So yeah, Tak, do you want to take us through community tots here? First chapter, I'm in the game. What's going on?
For sure. All right. So you open up TOTS. It's Thursday. It's Team of the Season. It's launch. The first chapter you take a look at, it's community. And community, you see it at a later stage. We're going to, release league and all, but community will stay there. It will be your trusty, reliable friend for your daily activities throughout Team of the Season. So most of your main daily grind will be in community. So you see there, as usual, you have some skill games, you have some matches. You do have a daily claim for community points, and you can also watch some ads. They do refresh twice a day, so keep an eye out for that so you don't miss any points. And the whole thing about it is that you'll be collecting and earning community points, and you use community points, scrolling a little bit to the right, to claim rewards. And as you can see in your screen, the rewards, they are separated into 2 groups. You can see on screen the first group and the second group, and the one will show us later. unlocks after 15 days. So for now, you can only try to claim rewards from the first group. And out of these sets of rewards, each claim costs 60 community points, and you can only claim them once. So that means you will not claim duplicate ones. And I think highlighting there is that you can claim up to a 109 OVR community TOTS player. You can see Morata there, which for me is an unsung hero. He's always there, he's always reliable, and he doesn't get the credit that he deserves. But you can also see that we have some other community TOTS players and the usual resources that you can claim. Skill boosts, coins, gems, even FIFA points there. That's a great addition.
Yeah, that's not usual. That's a little different there.
FIFA points, man. FIFA points for everyone.
Yeah.
So that will be your daily main grind, and it will be the chapter that you'll be visiting day after day, and it will be the bulk of the activities that you do throughout TOTS. But of course, we will also have more chapters. So Antwan, tell me, initial impressions, first thoughts, any highlights that you want to share with chat here?
Yeah,
look at that Danilo.
So I think that Danilo is looking good. Yeah, I mean, I think this is a nice way of rotating rewards on a daily grind level. I know a lot of people were seeing FIFA points and reacting in chat. That is correct, everybody. You will be getting FIFA points. There's 100 here, as well as 100 in here, and then a good chunk of gems. And then also the skill boost, you got 500. So I'm pretty happy with the level of rewards here. Obviously, the players in here are more of like the filler ones that aren't really going to make it in maybe your top team, but they're good starter spots, or if you're going to use them for exchanges or other means, like say challenge mode. So I think this is where this comes into play. And then as Tak mentioned, the community chapter is open for a longer period of time versus when we head into Premier League chapter, which is actually only open for the 1 week. So I'm going to pop open Premier League and I'll walk the chat through it. So right here, as you can see, there's the Premier League Pass, the challenge mode. I'll drop into those in a bit. Just want to walk through this one first. But there are 5 different difficulty levels here of matches and skill games. And there's even a little ad node there on level 4. So what you do is you come in every day, you play your skill games, you play your matches, and then from that, you get TOTS Premier League points. So once you get those Premier League points, you have the choice to use them on different rewards from each of the difficulty levels. So we got Kira Trippier here at level 5, we have Matoma here at level 4, and they each have different Premier League point costs. So there's even a 106 plus, you can get some untradables from EFL, and then the 104 as well. There's even possible rewards all the way through down to the 103 plus, which has a 50 Premier League points. So this one is very straightforward. These are all going to reset daily. The one to look out for is the ad node is twice per day. So you're going to come in here, do that, and get your points to spend on the node of your choice. So all in all, I think this is pretty straightforward. It's a lot of just playing skill games and matches. Rewards, if you're looking for a 110, a right back, or that 108 Mitoma. I mean, Tak, it's decent rewards to start your team off.
It's decent rewards, and they're also quick and easy. Which you can get through it, and you can claim what you want to claim. I do want to bring Mitoma at least to my reserves, because I've been a fan of him since the World Cup, class. And yeah, pretty straightforward. I do want to add a caveat there. Do not sleep on the 103s and the 104 plus polls there, because as you can see from the preview, you can claim up to a 112 from this claim. So if like the stars align, you're having a good day there, woke up with your right foot, you might come home with a Hollander. So very good, pretty straightforward. Another detail that I wanted to add is that if you have a high OVR team, even though you see their difficulty level 5, my team got past them without many issues. So just take it with a grain of salt. It might be more challenging for newer players, newer accounts, or teams with lower OVR. Just don't read difficulty as one of the hardest things in the world there.
Agreed, yeah. I think most people should be able to come through and play these, but the later ones will be a little challenging, but I think they're, for everybody in the chat here, you guys should have no problems. So then moving on here to the second portion of Premier League, and that's going to be the Premier League Pass. And you've seen this format before. This is no surprises here. It's a multi-pass here, Premier League themed, with 2 different players on the end of both the premium and the free levels of it. You have that 111 Salah at the top there, and the 109 Bruno Guimaraes there as the free. And as you come through, you will complete quests, earn progress, and earn different rewards. And then I just want to highlight this one on the pass. It's pass points. If you guys remember, this was shown in, I believe it was the Shapeshifters pass, and people were a little confused what this meant. This is actually like a generic point currency that you'll see in some passes. And then from that, you can use this in exchanges for different currency points from events, whether that's the UCL event where we had the current exchange, or there may be other exchanges TOTS related where you could use these pass points. So just a heads up there if you're confused about what that means. Perhaps.
Perhaps.
Oh, we're going to move out of that. We went right into a different screen there. So the other one as well is challenge mode. Not going to go into challenge mode because it's currently not open on the build at the moment. But just a heads up there that as in previous events, you're going to be needing certain TOTS players to hit the lineup requirements, and you'll be playing some skill games, some PvE matches, and then a final head-to-head match at the end for your final reward. So we'll have all that info in the guide, but just as a heads up that the challenge mode is coming back, and there is some head-to-head at the end. So, Tak, we're through Community and Premier League. How about you run us through the TOTS icons?
TOTS icons. Remember the player banner that we've shown? Here will be the main aspect of the game in which you can claim these new prime icons and event icons. And as you can see on your screen, it's very straightforward. You have a skill game and a match there to complete day after day, and you will receive icons tokens, and you rack up these icon tokens. And the gist of the chapter here is that you have to make a choice. So with your TOTS icon tokens, you can either choose to go for polls in the featured prime icon node that you can see there. Maldini is postering the node there. And keep in mind, this is not guaranteed. This is a chance, all right? So you get guaranteed rewards, but you also have possible rewards to get 110 plus OVR, including Maldini and all the new prime icons that we showed you earlier before. It costs 50 TOTS icon tokens, and alternative to that, you can also try to collect your TOTS icons and claim TOTS event icons. As you can see in the list there, they are 111s and 112s, and you can see Douglas, the Sailis, and Brota, and they're guaranteed. Of course, they're a little bit more expensive in terms of TOTS icon tokens, but they're there, they're for you, they're the safe option, I would say. And I'm very curious about yourself, Antwan, and also Twitch chat. Would you go for the safer option, or would you try to see if the stars align for you and try to claim one of the new prime icons?
Yeah, let's hear it in chat, because this is a little bit different. We have the 111s. I also want to highlight Pauletta. I want to say this is like the first Pauletta icon in FIFA Mobile in a long time. So, or ever. We'd have to get the historians to check the the list on that, but just a heads up there. Yeah, I mean, it's obviously they're different costs. 900 of these tokens here for the 112s, and then it goes down to 300 for the 111s. As a heads up, they're untradeable if you're getting them from here. And then, as Tak mentioned, I mean, realistically, that 115 is going to be it's going to be tricky, I think, for a lot of folks. So the 111s for me, I think, are more of a realistic option. I like that Keane, that 111 center mid Keane. So I'm curious to see what are people saying in chat here. We're seeing some Casillas, we're seeing some Puskas, we're seeing some dubs. But
Absolutely. I would go for the safer option as well. Thinking of which, but I think I would try, like once or twice there. Well, see what happens, right?
Yeah, just give it a shot. And like you mentioned, the 115 refreshes. I mean, with different icons in there, and then also you got the 114s and the 113s in here too. So it'll be a challenge. You do get a guaranteed 1 of 3 plus TOTS and some skill boost, but yeah, I think it'll be people have to make a judgment call on that one. So TOTS collection, I'm not able to go into that at the moment. There's some little kind of work in progress portions of that chapter. However, there's no gameplay in there in that TOTS collection chapter. It's merely a look at all the players from every league. So if you're curious, you're like, I don't know who's in TOTS Premier League, show me. You go into TOTS collection, you go down to that Premier League tab, and it'll show you all the players. So it's kind of like a display chapter, really, if you want to go in and see. So overall, though, these are the 3 main chapters of TOTS Community, Premier League, TOTS Icons, at least for week 1. We'll have future leagues coming in to replace Premier League in future weeks with different gameplay, different layouts, and we'll have some shows to go over that too. So one other that I think actually would want to show, Tak, is we got the some of the quests. I don't think there's anything really to go into too much detail on these quests. You just got to do a few of these on the daily, and then you get some rewards every day along with some credits, and then you got a weekly one too for extra credits. So unless I'm missing anything here, Tak, this is pretty straightforward, right?
You were completely right. The usual, the safe, the reliable quest that we all know. Go there, complete your quests, rack up those points, and be happy with it.
Yeah, I'm not going to mention that TOTS collection did pop up on screen accidentally. That didn't happen,
it's a work
guys.
in progress.
It's exactly, work in progress. Exactly. And I do see some people mentioning about exchanges. There are exchanges, so similar ones to what we've had in UCL, where there'll be like progressively higher OVRs that you trade in. So there are exchanges there all the way up to icons. Again, that's still a work in progress, so I'm not going to go into that, but as a heads up, they will be there, and you'll see them tomorrow. So I'm pretty happy with where things are at right now with the overall TOTS guide and what we want to go through. The one thing now, I think, Tak, is everybody wants to see stats. I think they want to see these high OVR players. What are the stats? What do they look like? So I'm going to head over to the home screen here. And as you can see, we have a beautiful new team of the season tile. And I'm going to go into my team. And I have set up a lineup already with the Premier League TOTS starting 11. And I think the main one people are going to want to see right off the bat is our friend Erling Haaland here at the 112. And we're just going to show off some of these stats. So we have the 112 here. Also, just seeing a few people asking about Star Pass. So at the moment, it's still the Champions League Star Pass UCL. But stay tuned for TOTS-related Star Pass news. But we don't have that at the moment. So to answer your question, no, but more news to come on that in the future.
Good call.
So
Chat. Good
just
call.
getting to it here. Yeah, exactly. Chat, you guys are on the ball. Haaland, we wanted to see the stats here. Pretty unreal. Gonna go into his assist man, Kevin De Bruyne, show off some of the stats there. And one thing to highlight is if you see that passing at 152, that's a bit of a change for TOTS, is that we're going above 150 for some of these. And I haven't actually looked what's the highest individual stat yet, but it's within that 150 to 160 range. Obviously, this is going to be a pretty insane item to be using in game. I think if you get your hands on him, it's going to be a lot of fun. Going to head over to the other 112, which is CDM Casimiro. 144
I want to make a comment
defending.
here. People, they sleep on Casemiro because they usually take a look at pace, but he's always there, always reliable, and he just moves like a truck. But sometimes moving like a truck is good for you and your team. So I would look past the pace there. I would give him a try, guys. I would definitely give him a try.
Yeah, I think people see that 103 and they go, nope, that CDM isn't for me. But I mean, the 144 defending and the physicality stand out. And if you can look past the 103, guys, there's potential there. But then we have a center back here in William Saliba, who does not have problems with pace at the 124. And then that defending that goes over to 151, as we mentioned. I'm going to quickly go into, I think we saw people asking about Salah, so I'll briefly bring these up. We'll go through the 112s, 111s, a few of the 110s, and then I'm going to show over some of the community players and then the icons to wrap up. And then once we're wrapped up all that, we're going to get into our giveaways, and then just any questions you guys have in chat, keep dropping them. Tak will have all the answers. So Mo Salah here, going to be a really good right winger. Our next 111 is Ruben Dias. Been trying to say the pronunciation, Tak, in as Portuguese a way as possible.
Look, I'm not from Portugal, but I would say something like Ruben Dias.
Dias.
Yep.
Martin Odegaard. Passing and dribbling. Looks great. Gonna head over here into Marcus Rashford with 140s aplenty, and then that 5-star skill moves. Then we'll head over to that Trippier, the 110. Just a pretty solid right back. I don't know if he's going above a certain PSG right back that people have been using, but he's there. Aaron Ramsdale, 151s in reflex and kicking, and then that 150 in diving. I think people will be happy there. And then to round it out with our left back, Zinchenko. Not the fastest as a left back if you've been using Theo Hernandez, but again, I think the dribbling and the defending, as well as really good passing, looks good. So those are our PL TOTS. I've made a separate lineup here with our community TOTS. Who should we go to first, Tak?
I mean, Gabby Jesus, absolutely. I'm curious.
All right. There we go. What are you seeing here? What stands out?
Class card could have a little bit more pace, in my opinion. But hey, I think it makes justice to a class player in real life. You got everything there, even physicality there. I think it will be a menace in most of the team's lineups.
Agreed. And then I think we'll just follow suit here with the 112 Rodrigo. Oof. I did actually mention the 5-star skill moves. I take that back. It is 4-star, but that 5-star weak foot, like you said, is looking really good.
It's decided. He's coming to my team.
He's there. He's already there.
He's there. He's there.
Let's go into the left mid. I've just put him in the left wing position for this lineup. And Kingsley Coman, 153 and 154. I think that's our fastest player so far.
5'4", high pace, high dribbling. Can't go wrong with that.
Not at all. Let's get to another 112. We have Bernardo Silva. Not the fastest, but that dribbling, passing, and shooting. If you can look over the physicality, I think you've got yourself a very good can here. And then we'll go into another 112 here with Kim Min Jae. Good pace. Look at that defending, 151.
Solid defender. Can't go wrong with him.
Yeah. And then I know I had kind of mentioned Nathan Ake. I just know for previous uses he's got good pace, and there you go, 124 pace, 151 defending. He actually used to play left back, I think, a lot for Manchester City, so he is a very good option. Let's get through the rest of these guys here. We got Declan Rice, the 111. And we'll get into Ben Nasser, who should be playing in about half an hour for AC Milan. And we'll go to Andrew Robertson here, 129 pace. Looking pretty good here. And then we'll save. We got Danilo here. Does he match the expectations, Tak?
Look, I think it's a solid card, but we do have better options at right back if we're going for a full Brazilian team like me. But hey, I'll test him out. I'll test him out, definitely. He does everything that you want to do. He even has some shooting stats. That's interesting to see.
Yeah. Like, I know in console he has a center back item, and I've been using that one a fair bit in FUT, and it's been really solid. So if that's anything to go off of, obviously right back in FIFA Mobile demands a bit more pace to keep up, and I don't know if that 124 is going to do it. But again, dribbling, defending, if you can play a little more defensively with him, make sure he doesn't make those runs forward, I think you've got yourself a good right back.
Totally agree.
Oh, did I not have them in the subs here? I know I had the icons in my substitutions. I think I had him for Premier League. Here we go. That's where I had him. We also have the Kane there. I'll just quickly go show him off here. Harry Kane, 111. The shooting, if you're looking for an out-and-out striker here, no one with crazy pace, but he can do the job. I think Harry Kane's your guy. And then the 5-star weak foot looks real good. And I know, Tak, you had mentioned Saka. What are you seeing here as I pull it up on screen?
I'm seeing a class winger, pace, dribbling, it's all there, very good shooting capabilities, and well, no words for that. 5'4", good. Skill moves, yeah, 4 stars. I think it does justice for him, but the pace and dribbling up there, it will really make the difference for this card there.
For sure, that 147, and then you get into the 150.
And what a season!
And then let's oh yeah, absolutely, he's looked great. And then we have the right back here, prime icon Carlos Alberto. I don't think there's much that needs to be said here with the stats.
Nah.
I think we can leave it to rest. It is a top right back.
Welcome to my team, Capita. Well, feel free, feel yourself at home. You're there.
And then let's check out Xavi here. I know a few people are going to be interested in this Xavi item. That 155, that is, whew.
Exactly. In Xavi's case, or Pirlo's case, I always love to bring like these playmakers to my team. It gives me like this extra will to test out some like crazy passes, and it's super satisfying, at least for myself, for my own enjoyment. So I'm pretty sure people have a lot of fun with this player item there.
For sure. I've always found that like the more I guess the slower center mids, like the Toni Krooses of the world, like you said, the Xavis, you could even say the Busquets, which is relevant given some recent news. They're hard to use on FIFA, but if you do get it right and you can ping some passes around, it is very satisfying. But in terms of satisfying, I I've seen an item hit 150s in shooting, dribbling, and pace. But this Jairzinho, what are you seeing?
Exactly. I'm taking a look at the best right winger in FIFA Mobile right now. So if I can get my hands on it, definitely welcome to my team. And I'm sorry, Rodrigo, you've been outclassed. It lasts for like 2-3 minutes. But yeah, last card.
Absolutely. So we just got the 2 more ones to go through here, which is Drogba at the 114. I think he's going to be just physicality is shining there, 136, and obviously the shooting. I don't think much else needs to be said about this guy. He's going to walk into everybody's team and just rip it up completely in head-to-head. And then finally here, Tak, you've been mentioning the Maldini. Just that, I think that's the highest individual stat we've seen, 159 for defending.
Ooh, ooh, ooh. Can anyone get past this guy? Gosh.
I don't think so. Imagine the verse attack for him, yeah. And obviously head-to-head. All right, chat. Wow, that is something. So those were the main items we want to show you all. And I know we're kind of getting close to that semifinal match coming up in about 15 minutes. So we want to get ahead of that so you guys are all ready and prepped to go tune into that game, see who gets those RTTF upgrades. But before we get into that, it is giveaway time. So you guys know the hashtag. It's hashtag TOTS, T-O-T-S. And we're going to be doing 5 winners today. And the winners get a choice between 112 Holland or 112 Rodrigo. So striker Holland or right winger Rodrigo, both very, very good items. Look at that, you get that 112 there. They're both untradeable, but I don't think you're going to be wanting to trade them anyways. They're going into everybody's team. So drop that hashtag. We got it right there, TOTS. And while we're doing these giveaways, Jason's going to be populating that for us to read out. But while we're doing that, if you have any TOTS related questions, please drop them in the chat. Or if you're on Discord, actually, I'll take a look at that. We've got multiple Discords going with a number of EA folks in there, including Tak in the Brazilian Discord, myself on the FUT Mobile one. So if you have questions, drop them in there.
We'll be more than happy to go through them. And wow, what a way to almost kickstart TOTS, right?
Yeah, we're just about a day away. I'm also seeing the poll come up here. Thank you, Jason, for popping that up. We have 3 different levels of flames, so 3 flames for massive dub all the way down to a small flame.
So, Antwan, how do you feel like having company and coming back? Welcome back.
Yeah, it's great. I think that's always been something that the show's needed is just a co-host, someone to be on the show and chat with and have conversation. Because I know people watching it is always like, all right, Antwan's just talking, he's just going along. And we've had guests on the show, obviously, but really looking forward to having you on a more permanent basis. Obviously, you know the game super well, and community knows you already, and just having that different approach is awesome.
Oh, thank you.
So we've got our first giveaway winner here. We're gonna pull it up on stream. So congratulations to Finue. How would you say that one, Tak? Finue?
I was debating internally about this. I would say Finue. No. Get back. Finue. I think you nailed it in the first time.
Finue. So we say this in every show, but if you are new to these giveaways, we will be sending you a whisper through Twitch. So make sure you follow the show, follow our channel. So if you're watching right now, and you're leaving some TOTS comments, or if you're not even signed in, make sure you set up an account, give us a follow on the show here. You'll get notified if you have won, obviously, but also notified when we go live on future shows. The next one we do have is next week, where we go over another TOTS league and some other information too, which will be exciting. So yeah, make sure you follow. And we do have our second winner here. Tak, are you seeing the name there?
Of course. The second winner is Meadow_Brawl Stars. Congratulations, Meadow_Brawl Stars. You got yourself a selection of 2 very good players.
Absolutely.
It also looks like our poll results are in, and chat has voted. It's a massive W and 3 flames. Thank you guys for sharing your opinions.
That's great, 70%. I also saw a question here come through on the Discord asking if will leagues have different paths, and the answer is yes. Is different leagues and TOTS will have different chapters that'll open based on the week they release, and they'll have different formats, the different players obviously, so weekly updates. Oh, we just had our producer drop us the name here for our third winner. All right, we'll pull it up on screen. We'll appreciate the maturity here with your username. PUB7777. No, poopy quadruple sevens there. I don't think there's any room for interpretation on that one.
Congrats.
Yeah, exactly. Congrats. Well, we've got our... So yeah, you'll get a whisper from us on Twitch. We'll bring up our next giveaway winner. Tak, you want to say it when it comes up on screen here?
The fourth winner is Abhishek05420001. Congrats.
Easy to say.
Super easy. I wonder if it means something, those numbers. I hope it's not your password, man.
Yeah. Let's see, any other questions coming in while we wait for our fifth and final giveaway winner? Let's see. Someone was asking about the community goalie stats. Oh, actually, I didn't. I had forgotten to grant myself the De Gea there. You will see that that item tomorrow, just probably before, a little bit before reset, when they go live in that content update. So I don't have the stats for you here on screen. They are good though. Most of these TOTS players will fit the bill. So sorry, I don't have the answer there. All right, we got our fifth and final winner. Let's see, okay, this one's pretty easy. BBG FIFA. Straight to the point here. If you are still in the chat. Yeah, congrats. How does it feel, Tak, being on this side of the stream after being kind of behind the camera for a little bit?
I don't know how to feel. I'm feeling excited, I'm feeling happy, nervous. I think mostly I'm just excited, not only about being here, but about TOTS. So yeah, thank you for having me. It's a pleasure to be here. Thank you guys for watching. It's been a blast, and I hope I'll see you here the next time.
Yeah, it's been great having you on the show. Like we mentioned earlier, it's awesome being able to co-host such a vibrant show like this, and obviously TOTS is a great way to share with the community. And I know like everybody on the Brazilian community side is cheering you on, and it's great to see. So I think we're almost wrapped up here. I'm just gonna get the confirmation from Jason and our producer here that we can wrap up, given that we've done our 5 giveaway winners. I'm just gonna Got it. So yeah, we're basically those 5 winners. Congrats. As we mentioned, a choice of Rodrigo or Holland. You'll let us know because we're gonna whisper in Twitch there. So make sure again you follow us. So yeah, again, this was an awesome show, everybody. We had Tak co-host. He's gonna be a permanent fixture on the show going forward. Really excited to have him join. Overall, it's been great. More news, obviously, on TOTS with the guide, as well as you can go rewatch this episode when we upload it on YouTube, so take a look there. But yeah, big day tomorrow coming, and we will actually be rating a... Who are we rating here? We have someone to rate. Oh, we're rating Luixen. So once we say our final goodbyes here, you can go and check out Luixen's channel, or if the Champions League is ready to go, you can check out there. So really appreciate you guys all coming on the show. Big thank you from me, and I'll throw it over to you, Tak.
Thank you. Big thank you from myself as well. I'll see you all guys in game tomorrow for TOTS. Please take it easy on me. I won't. And yeah.
All right. Sounds great, everybody. It was good seeing you guys. Take care. Bye-bye.